fitness industry, it's full of a lot of really amazing things. You know, it's full of a lot of really brilliant minds, trainers, nutritionists, people that take a lot of pride in what they do and what they present. But it's also full of a lot of hypocrites, a lot of people that are just out there to make a quick dollar, and just a lot of misinformed people that may look the part or may act the part, but are giving out a wealth of misknowledge. And to me, that's very irritating, right? For me, someone who's spent the last decade, you know, pouring my heart and soul into learning everything I can about training, nutrition, moving cross country to train with the best, and never really having like a good excuse to not just get up and go somewhere to learn something. And it just blows my mind that, well, I mean, I guess it really doesn't blow my mind, but that our society as a whole is so engulfed with like status and quick fixes that they will instantly try to like team up to get a higher status, or try to go with that quicker fix. You know, they want to find that person that presents them with the fastest results with the minimal amount of work, which is why you see a lot of these fad diets come about, you know, with the promises of, you know, that it's not as hard as you think it is, and it's not it doesn't have to be such a struggle. And in reality, you're getting fed just a lot of BS, because it is hard, right? It's hard to change bad habits. It's hard to go from eating like crap your whole life to having a healthy lifestyle and eating good and knowing what's right and what's wrong as far as food choices go, and being able to psychologically like maneuver yourself away from the bad foods and the trends that you've been doing for years upon years upon years. It's a lot of hard work, you know, and I feel like there's a lot of coaches out there and a lot of trainers out there that are just trying to sell people snake oil in order for them to make a quick buck. And I really don't feel like that's the appropriate thing to do within this industry, right? This industry with the good people are filled with a bunch of people who are, you know, pouring their blood, sweat, and tears into really trying to help people and change their lives and give people like this benefit of a healthier lifestyle, and teaching them the right way to do things, and teaching them the hard work and persistence and consistency is going to pay off, you know. And it's hard for me to fathom why so many people get into this industry if they're not really willing to put in the work themselves. Meaning, you have a lot of gurus, you have a lot of coaches, so to speak, and I use those terms very, very loosely, because these are self-antiquated people who've given themselves these titles without truly deserving them, because maybe they have a college degree behind their name, maybe because they just so happen to get that weekend certification, you know. So they go around selling their product, or selling their advice, you know, programs, and they can't even like do it themselves. For me to be a coach and a trainer, and I know a lot of people will disagree with this, and that's fine. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, and I respect everyone's opinion. But my personal opinion is, if you don't have the discipline and the willpower to diet yourself to get in shape, then how are you going to expect your clients to have that same willpower and that same discipline? And I guess those are the coaches and those are the trainers that are going to tell you, you know, oh, it's easy, you know, you don't have to go to extremes to reach your goals, and you don't have to, everything can be done. It's all about moderation and balance. And to me, I feel like those are the coaches and trainers that can't do it themselves, so they discourage others from doing it. You know, there's a lot of people that tout themselves as these top nutritionists, and they can't even get in shape themselves, right? So how are you going to help other people go through that struggle if you can't even do it yourself because you've read some research papers that tell you if you do X, Y, and Z, then you'll get the results you're looking for, but never have stepped into that realm and push yourself to those limits? How are you going to be able to relate with those people and what they're going through if you can't do it yourself? And as a coach, I feel like there's certain things that you have to experience underneath the bar or with the diet in order to fully present that to your clients, you know, in a knowledgeable way, in a way that's trustworthy. And I feel like I have far too many clients of my own that are coaches that can't even make it like a whole week without sticking to a diet, and their check-ins and stuff is just like, oh, I messed up, you know, can't be doing that again, or oh, I can't believe, you know, there was just a birthday party. And it's like, you know, if every weekend, every day in life, you're gonna have like the opportunity to make the right choice and the wrong choice, and there's always gonna be something that's presenting itself to you for you to fall off track. And I just don't understand how you can call yourself a coach or a trainer if you can't even commit to that discipline yourself. And typically those are the ones that'll also tell you that, you know, you can eat all this other crap and still make results because either A, they have the genetics to do it and they've been doing it, so hey, look at me, I'm eating junk and I have a six-pack, so you can do the same thing even though that person's had a six-pack their whole life. Or B, they've tried dieting themselves, they've tried training hard themselves, and they couldn't do it. So if they can't do it, then why fathom anyone else being able to do it? So what they do is they sell you on, you know, oh, you know, it's okay, you can add this into your diet, you can add that into your diet, or you don't want to train too hard, you'll overtrain, you know, you just want to focus on this, because they've never been able to accomplish it or push themselves to that limit. And I just feel like it's a huge injustice to people paying a lot of money to get good advice from coaches that they feel are reputable, you know. And yeah, you can blame it on the clients and say, hey, do your research and figure it out. But there's also a sense of accountability that the good coaches need to hold for the bad coaches. And, you know, there should be some types of checks and balances in place to make sure that people aren't getting scammed and people aren't getting, you know, hurt based off of bad information and bad coaches. And I guess, you know, if you consider yourself a coach, just, you know, take that next step forward, go through the process, push yourself to those limits, you know, spend your time studying, spend your time learning, and then put forth that effort into yourself before you go and tell someone else to do it. So as a coach, hold yourself to a higher standard. Try to learn more, try to do more within your own self before you present yourself as an expert. And I think that will take the fitness industry a lot further, and that'll also just be able to help and reach more people because we have more creditable coaches out there. So just something to think about, guys. I appreciate you listening. Make sure you like and subscribe, and hopefully that the stuff that I put out there is somewhat helpful and can get you kind of on that right path. And that's really all I'm trying to do with these vlogs, is be as helpful and as knowledgeable as I can with what I've learned over the years and who I've learned from, and just pass that on as free advice and as like a training log myself. And I just hope that there's people out there that get something out of this, and if you do, that's awesome. If not, you know, shoot me an email, let me know what I'm missing. I appreciate everything, guys. Until next time, see you.